Hello, my name is Alfred Babo. I'm right now professor of anthropology and international studies at Fairfield University in Connecticut, in the United States. Before joining Fairfield University, I have been hosted at Smith College in Massachusetts by Scholar to Risk. When in 2010 I applied for this position, I was, of course, professor of sociology and anthropology at University of Bouaké in Côte d'Ivoire. And I was experiencing hard time in Côte d'Ivoire during the civil war, and I was a refugee in Togo in West Africa. So at that time, I couldn't go back in my country, and I couldn't teach. I was facing threats, so I reached out to this amazing organization, which is Scholar to Risk, and after application, I was approved and hosted me and my family at Smith College for 4 years. So being in another place and being able to to express yourself freely without the threat, without fear, was really an eye-opening for me, and to pay attention to what academic freedom is, especially for countries like where I come from, not only for Cote d'Ivoire but also for most African countries. And people should know that for a long time in African countries, and especially in Cote d'Ivoire, scholars were really involved in the political arena, because they were, of course, the body which was in the front of all this reflection about development in African countries after the independence. So, of course, they became also political leaders. Most of them became political leaders. And as political leaders, for any government, the universities and the body of professors became a kind of threat, a kind of opposition to the government. So I realized that we needed to reinstate academic freedom in countries like in my country, especially after war, because universities are those spaces where we have the confrontation of ideas, where students, faculty, staff, and people from different background, ethnic background, can get together and even discuss topic that we consider very hot and controversial, that has had divided us for a moment. So I decided not only to be someone who was just saved, but also to pay attention to this topic and to make it as a matter of my teaching and a matter of my research. So since I got at Fairfield University, I was very engaged. I'm still very engaged in what academic freedom is and how it could be really important for my country. And last year, I published an article in the Academic Freedom Journal, based in the United States here. I published an article discussing how academic freedom could be a very powerful tool to recover from war, and to recover from division, and to be something that will really help a divided nation to build a peaceful process, and to rebuild, a new nation. So I think that at some point I needed to be someone very engaged and to advocate also for academic freedom. I think that academic freedom is definitely something which is really important in developing countries like my country. And I see my role to grow and to continue to be really, really engaged and to continue to do what I have been doing the last years, not only by doing research and publishing there, but by actively being engaged with some of my colleagues back home in Cote d'Ivoire, but also here. Talking about academic freedom and also supporting the cause of some of the colleagues, scholars who are facing jail, violence or torture, and restriction across the world. So any time when I can have the space to support a scholar everywhere in the world, I don't miss the occasion to do that. And I think that's a way for us to continue to strengthen Scholar at Risk and to continue to support this great organization work. Thank you.